I would like to get the process started if I'm hoping for, two kids. I would like to have them maybe before 40, but listen, I will take whatever I can get.
So I have to ask, how are wedding plans going? Are you guys like in full on wedding plan mode right now?
We are. So we hired a wedding planner, which was step one for me because I was like, the sooner I have a wedding planner, the less I will have to stress out. So we hired a wedding planner, and then we are looking at venues tomorrow and Friday and Saturday. So I'm hoping by next week, hopefully we'll have a decision on a venue and a date. And then after that, hopefully everything falls into place.
Right. Are you have like a time of year that you guys definitely are focusing in on?
We're looking at fall of 2023. So right around a year from now.
Nice. Oh my God. It's really happening. It's all coming together.
Yeah.
I love it.
The way that time flies, it's going to be here before we know it.
It's so true. And I know that you just spent some time with Captain Lee. How was that? It looks like you guys had such a great time.
Yeah, it was so nice. So we had never met Captain Lee in person. Carl FaceTimes with him a bunch, and they, formed that connection around COVID times. So they've been doing that for a couple of years now, but we finally met him in person at BravoCon. And when we made this plan to go to Florida for Thanksgiving, I was like, hey, we're going to be in Miami. Why don't you see if Captain Lee can meet us for lunch? So we went to lunch with him, and he's just amazing. He's so fun to talk to. And his wife, Marianne, is just awesome. Like, she just has this stellar personality and really easy to talk to. So it was a really great lunch date.
I love that so much.
It was like 4 hours. For like 4 hours.
That's so great. I love it so much. I know I spoke to him recently, and he had nothing but wonderful things to say about Carl and their relationship. So I think that's so great.
They have a really sweet relationship.
I saw in your photos when you were in Thanksgiving, you met up with family that had, babies and things like that. I'm sure you guys get this question all the time, but are you getting like super baby fever?
I think I've always had baby fever, but yeah, and I think this is also why I would rather get married in 2023, because I'm just like ready to start that process, and not necessarily, because of a biological clock, right? Like, I've already figured that portion out for myself. I already have eggs on ice. I don't have pressure in that way, but you still have other pressures, like when it's a lot harder on the female body, the older that I am, having kids, or, I don't want to be 70 years old running around, chasing toddlers. So yeah, I would like to get the process started if I'm hoping for, two kids. I would like to have them maybe before 40, but listen, I will take whatever I can get.
You said before, like on Winter House, this was the first time that you were sober going into a filming experience. Are you still sober now? And did you maintain that through Summer House as well?
No, no. Oh my gosh. Summertime is just like my summer, right? It's like, it's always been like my birthday, and like I'm a Leo, and I love, I was from Florida. So summertime is like really, my playtime. So yeah, I've been drinking. I think it was like in April is when I started. April or May. It was, I had taken a trip. Speaking of Danielle and I had gone to LA to film a Marshalls commercial. And it was my first trip where I'm like, away from Carl, and I'm with, my girlfriend, and you just sort of want to like catch up and, enjoy your trip together and have some wine or cocktails, whatever the case is. So I started drinking then, and I still drink now. And it's a constant, evolving conversation. Like, what makes Carl comfortable within his sobriety, and and what makes me comfortable, like having, my lifestyle to where I don't, necessarily need to completely change my lifestyle to to, you know, for him, but also support him. So I think that, you know, his sobriety has always been a priority to me, and like, you know, trying to compromise, you know, my alcohol intake, or maybe it's like, you know, maybe I'll catch up with the girls over a bottle of wine out instead of them coming to the apartment, and, you know, to where it's in his space sort of deal. So it's just stuff like that, you know, I think is normal. I think that compromise is a part of every relationship. We just have an added layer of, you know, his sobriety to make a priority.